Listen to the podcast, The Dark Tale of Charles Manson, by Oxford Reading University, Level B2. Today, we explore a deeply unsettling and intriguing story about Charles Manson and his family, a notorious cult that emerged during the 1960s in the United States. A cult is a group dominated by a charismatic leader who exerts control over its members, and Charles Manson was that figure. His followers committed horrific acts that left a lasting mark on history. This narrative is crafted for B2 English learners, using more advanced vocabulary and detailed explanations to challenge and engage you. Let's begin our journey into this dark chapter. Charles Manson was born in 1934 in a small, impoverished town where he faced a challenging upbringing. His young mother, overwhelmed and often absent, struggled to provide for him, leaving him to navigate a difficult life alone. As a teenager, he frequently landed in prison for petty crimes, where he honed his skills in manipulating others through charm and persuasion. In the 1960s, after his release, he relocated to California, a state buzzing with a cultural revolution marked by peace movements, vibrant music, and new ideas. Many young people, feeling disconnected or searching for purpose, were drawn to alternative lifestyles. Manson capitalized on this, forming a group he dubbed his family. They shared a communal life, and he imposed strict control, convincing them he possessed extraordinary abilities, including the power to foresee the future. His followers, mostly impressionable young individuals seeking belonging, placed their trust in him completely. Manson nurtured grand ambitions of becoming a renowned singer and sought connections within the music industry, approaching producers and artists with his talents. However, his efforts were met with rejection, fueling a deep resentment that transformed into rage. This anger inspired him to preach about an impending racial conflict, which he termed helter skelter, borrowing the name from a Beatles song. He prophesied that black and white communities would engage in a violent struggle, with his family emerging as the ultimate survivors. To prepare, he urged his followers to gather weapons and supplies, leading them to Spahn Ranch, an abandoned movie set that was dilapidated and isolated. There, he distributed drugs like LSD and marijuana to maintain dominance, expanding his group to approximately 100 devoted members who followed his every directive. This period laid the foundation for the troubling events that would soon unfold. In 1969, the situation escalated into tragedy. Manson instructed his family to carry out murders to trigger his envisioned war. On the night of August 8th, they invaded a luxurious home in Los Angeles, targeting affluent and celebrity residents. Among the victims was Sharon Tate, a well-known actress who was 8 months pregnant, along with 4 others, including friends and a visitor. The killers left gruesome messages written in blood on the walls, heightening the horror. Just a few days later, on August 10th, they struck again, murdering a wealthy couple in a separate attack. The police were overwhelmed, and the media frenzy amplified public fear and disbelief across the country. Although Manson did not participate directly in the killings, he masterminded the plans, and his followers insisted they acted under his explicit orders. Authorities swiftly arrested Manson and his family at Spahn Ranch, following a tip from a local resident. The trial that commenced in 1970 was a prolonged and intense affair, drawing national attention. Manson and his followers displayed bizarre behavior in court. Manson famously carved an X into his forehead with a razor to gain notoriety, while others echoed his actions. The jury, after careful deliberation, declared them guilty, sentencing Manson and several accomplices to life imprisonment without parole. His devotees professed their love and loyalty, viewing him as a prophetic leader. Observers struggled to grasp their devotion, with some attributing it to the drugs that clouded their judgment, and others to Manson's hypnotic ability to inspire belief. Manson's life behind bars was marked by isolation and hardship, and he remained imprisoned until his death in 2017 at the age of 83 from natural causes. Over the decades, his family underwent significant changes. Some members renounced the cult and reintegrated into society, while others clung to their allegiance. One prominent figure, Leslie Van Houten, was paroled in 2023 after decades, expressing deep regret for her actions. The tale of Manson continues to unsettle people, serving as a powerful lesson on the dangers of manipulative leadership and the vulnerability of youth to making life-altering mistakes. By studying this history, we gain insights to prevent such tragedies in the future. Manson's ideology was shaped by a mix of influences, including books on warfare and authoritarian control, and an intense fascination with the Beatles, whose lyrics he reinterpreted to align with his apocalyptic vision. Scholars and psychologists debate his mental state. Some argue he was delusional, while others see him as a calculated manipulator with evil intentions. His helter-skelter concept, though baseless, drove his followers to commit unspeakable acts. The murders profoundly altered American society, instilling a sense of insecurity that led people to lock their doors and view strangers with suspicion. The 1960s, a decade of optimism for many, were irrevocably darkened by this grim episode. What valuable lessons can we take away? Leaders like Manson can be extremely dangerous, employing persuasive language to exploit the naive. Young people must cultivate independent thinking to resist such influence. This narrative underscores the immense power of group dynamics and the risks of misplaced affection. When confronted with unusual or extreme ideas, it's crucial to question their validity, consult trusted friends, and prioritize personal safety. This sorrowful yet significant story offers a chance for personal growth and a deeper understanding of human behavior, encouraging us to learn from the past to shape a better future. Would you like to improve your level of English? Download the EWA app and take our English courses and listen to the audiobooks for all levels. Study every day, have fun, and speak English with the confidence of a native speaker. Check out appewa.com right now. Did you like this podcast? Send it to a friend who is learning English. And now, here's another amazing story for you.